What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? My name is David DeFranco, and I'm here to talk about something quite exciting. I'm making this for two reasons. Number one, I'm very proud of myself for what I'm going to talk about in today's video. And number two, as I do regularly in my weekend vlogs and whatever, I'm trying to motivate you, inspire you to just turn on the freaking camera and record. I say it all the time, but I just have a feeling a lot of people like hear one thing, they get excited, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. A day or two goes by and they just fall back into their usual routine. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I've just always been a very driven person. I love capturing and creating and sharing content with the world. And man, am I glad I've been doing this for nearly 20 years. And guys, by the way, I am no one huge. My videos are lucky to get over 4,000 views on a good day, you know? It's just how it is. It's the YouTube world. Subscribers counts and all that don't really correlate to views. And I'm saying all this for a reason because, yeah, you might get 100 views on a video or 1,000, or maybe one of your videos will go viral with like over 1 million views, and good for you. That's insane. But my whole point of this blurb is it only takes that one person. It takes literally one person to actually notice you and to make something out of that content. And well, that's exactly what happened with my content. So years ago, I uploaded, well, technically years ago, back in the late 80s and early 90s, I'm very thankful enough to have had parents who enjoyed capturing our moments, our meeting my sister and myself, as we grew up. We had a camcorder. Actually, we used to borrow our neighbor's camcorder because my parents were so tight on money. But we used to capture tons of family memories, whether it's Christmas, birthday footage, or whatever. My mom and dad were there capturing moments. Fast forwarding to recent days and years, we have YouTube. Not a day goes by that I don't watch a YouTube video. Like, YouTube is quite literally part of my life, and it pays my bills these days. Between YouTube, Patreon, sponsorships, and eBay, there's a lot of ways that I can make money these days, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. But YouTube is the core of everything besides Patreon. I mean, if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't be on Patreon. Anyway, so at some point I decided to start converting those VHS tapes that my mom and dad recorded years ago. And I'm 40 years old, by the way. We're talking back in, again, late 80s, early 90s. So yes, I converted that footage, edited a little bit, uploaded it to YouTube, and people enjoyed his videos because it's always fun to look back on these simpler days. I quote because simpler is relative to what you're going through at the time. Didn't really think much of it. I mean, it was fun to, just look back at my family's memories and share them with the world. Then I moved on with my day. And I haven't uploaded a VHS video in a long time because I ran out of VHS footage. Fast forward like a year or two later, I get an email from an archival media specialist or whatever she called herself. Really nice lady. She reached out to me and said, look, David, I'm working with HBO Max on a documentary. Can't really talk about it too much right now, but we're interested in using your footage for episode 5 of the Yogurt Shop murders. Now, back then, she wasn't really telling me all these details because it really wasn't public information, but eventually she told me that episode 5 was planned because they thought they wrapped the show with episode 4. But apparently some new evidence surfaced, and they, could use that evidence to actually wrap the series for real this time with episode 5. And they asked me if they could use my footage. I'm like, of course. Now, she didn't mention, getting paid or whatever, me getting paid. But me being a businessman and someone who needs to survive, I just kind of threw the idea out there. I'm like, hey, is compensation an option? And they're like, absolutely. Meaning that we can pay you set amount for about like 2 to 4 seconds of footage. Let's just say $50 a second. That's the best way of looking at it. $50 a second. That's some easy money. Fine. If you must know, they paid me $400. I didn't sign an NDA, so I think it's okay that I share that information. So they quite literally paid me $400 to share about like 4 to 8 seconds of footage. I don't know what the final edit came out to be. I mean, I never really officially timed it myself, but I got paid, and I'm incredibly happy with that. So thank you. That was some easy money, especially during the tax season, which can obviously be very stressful for me. I guess I'm saying all this for a reason. It's not about the money, but getting paid for your work and your time is important. So just always float the idea. Don't work for free. Never ever work for free. So they agreed to it. They sent me my money, and eventually they sent me some information saying, look, we're going to be using this in episode 5 of Yogurt Shop Murders, and we're going to feature your footage. So guys, that is awesome. Fast forwarding to today, it is currently Tuesday, May 26th at the time of this recording, and Yogurt Shop Murders episode 5 went live on Friday, May 22nd. And I was at Driftwood at the time with the family, so I was very eager to just hop on HBO Max and skim the footage. And what do you know? They actually included my footage. Now, it was just of Kristen riding her bicycle, some kind of bike I guess she got for her birthday or Christmas. I forget exactly what video they used. But to see footage of my sister in our old house in Jersey on a major documentary on a significant platform such as HBO Max, not gonna lie, I'm very proud of that. I'm extremely proud. Yes, our footage was linked to a very dark and gruesome set of murders, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But the fact that they used my footage just further proves my point of what I talked about in the beginning of the video. You never know who's watching. So please take my advice and just post content. And I realize this is a very messy video, but I can't not talk about the fact that I'm on HBO Max outside of my vlogs. Of course, you'll see and hear more about it in the next weekend vlog. But I had to make it a dedicated video because I'm very, very proud of the fact that they actually used my footage. And my name is in the credits. They actually showed my name in the credits. That is awesome. Like, I am beyond grateful for that. So HBO Max, if you guys are watching, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys so much. Like, I never, ever thought my footage would be used on a major platform such as HBO Max, because I've been featured in things before. I've been featured on the websites. I've been featured in the newspaper. And I think my footage was used on the news years ago for something. I forget. Oh, and by the way, my old Christmas footage was actually used in a major food TV ad in the UK. So that's really cool as well. So now between the newspaper article, HBO Max, and the UK TV ad, I think in the next few days I'm going to start brainstorming a featured on page on my personal websites over at daviddefranco.com or daviddefran.co, because again, I'm proud of myself. This seems like I'm bragging. It's not. I'm just very proud of how far I've come on YouTube, and it just blows my mind that HBO Max used little old me, even if it's just for like 4 or 8 seconds of footage. I think it's incredible. So HBO, thank you. Okay, obviously it wouldn't be right to only make this video about myself, because I do want to take a moment to talk about what the Yogurt Shop Murders is about. Now, unfortunately, the entire series is about 4 innocent teenage females who lost their lives. We've got Amy Ayers, I'm probably going to stick with Ayers, 13 years old. Eliza Thomas, 17 years old. Jennifer Harbison, 17 years old. And Jennifer's sister, Sarah Harbison, 15 years old. Absolutely horrible. And by the way, this happened back on December 6th, 1991. So I was, 6 years old at the time? Something like that. So I don't recall any of this as a kid. I'm not watching or paying attention to the news back then. Even nowadays, I really don't watch the news because it's mostly negative BS I just don't need on my mind. I like to live in my positivity bubble. But I realize bad stuff happens in the world every single day. And man, this is proof of that. 4 innocent victims, 4 innocent teenage girls killed in Austin, Texas in 1991. Absolutely horrible. So basically the HBO documentary, and I have my notes over here on my iPad Pro setup. I love this, by the way. Like, this is really convenient. The fact that I can sit at a desk and talk to you guys with this light hitting my face, I love it. Anyway, I have a note here saying that the HBO documentary covers how Austin police chased thousands of tips for years, but struggled to find the true, for some reason I have troubles with that word, perpetrator. There you go, David. It's not that difficult. False confessions were made in 1999, leading to 4 false arrests, which led to time in prison. So yes, people actually went to jail for nothing. Absolutely horrible. These people quite literally missed out on years of their personal lives with their loved ones. But after nearly 34 years, the case was finally solved in September 2025, hence episode 5 and why they reached out to me. And of course, if you're wondering, my footage is used around the time marker 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 19 seconds in. And don't forget, they used my name in the credits. And I think that's cool. Am I bragging? A little bit. Honestly, guys, if you're proud of yourself, get on camera and talk about it. Because if it wasn't for getting on camera and editing and converting that footage, honestly, this would have never happened. Like, my footage would have never been used in a major documentary on a major platform such as HBO Max. So please take my advice. Get out there, just press record, edit your video, and just upload. Stop overthinking. Like, that's why I upload very simple videos, like videos about my monitor unboxing or my RGB lamp or weekend vlogs or whatever. I don't overthink. I'm not after the views. I just do things the way I like to do them. I will never ever change for the YouTube algorithm, hence why my view counts kind of suck nowadays. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Weekend vlogs used to get like 10,000 views on average. Nowadays, I'm lucky if they surpass 5,000. That's because I never adapted to the YouTube platform changing over the years. And honestly, I'm not going to adapt. I'm never going to change. Some people might, judge me for that. It's whatever. You can do things your way. I'm always going to do things my way. And I'm always going to stick to simple footage, simple content, and just simple ideas of, hey, if I want to talk about something with the world, then I'm going to do just that. No fancy editing, no fancy fast cuts. I'm just going to be myself, and I'm just going to upload footage because you never know who's watching. And HBO Max was watching, and that's what I think is incredible. And guys, this could very well happen again because I have thousands upon thousands of videos on YouTube. And it only takes that one video, that one clip, to actually grab someone's attention. And I think that's incredible. So get out there, create content, and be proud of who you are. Thank you guys so much. And of course, my deepest condolences to the victims of these 4 teenage girls with a senseless crime. There's some evil people out there who do not deserve a second chance in life. And yes, I strongly believe that. This justice system is absolutely horrible. I strongly believe if you have the mental capacity to take someone's life, then your life should be just taken in return. No court case, no judge, just eye for an eye. And I strongly believe in that because if you're truly evil, you're just never going to change. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And once again, shout out to HBO Max. Love you guys. Keep it the amazing work. Oh, and by the way, check out The Pit. #ad. Seriously, The Pit is an incredible show on HBO Max, and I'm so excited for season 3 early next year. Thanks for watching.